Invasion. Watch for democracies, hypocrisy, philosophies, fear and shock factories, pseudo-pop mockeries and poppy fields, blocking swinging chops without Moroccan shields, industry demonic, throw verse and spokes and stopping wheels, coffin fields empty, buried in the battlefields, working on the streets is walking in some cattle fields, King Alfred Bruisem, lover mental snoozing, sleepwalking and talking, cell phones are soothing, minds disappearing, genetic memory erasing, don't even have a job but they get you for tax evasion, hot like a frying pan, crying fam lying men, use gadgets, spying men, no loyalty, just buying friends. No credit, debt slaves, walking over paved graves, enslaved, enraged, marriage to death, prearranged. Mike Sufi Genie, bomb tracks bikini. Stupid niggas call my feds bucket hat when they see me, but won't ask a thing or drink the water that I bring. But when the Pope comes, they kissing on his ring. They rather drink a rapper's flow from the black fountain. Piper got the dead lined up in the thousands. Confusion with illusions, infusion with sorcery. Won't give up my birthright no matter what they offer me. No deal. Push the red button, I'm going home. Close my eyes, meet Yasanel in Vendome. The fire that we put on Rome, make their walls shake. Islamism grand chic, not spelled like shake. Open minds, not scarred on when you enter my zone. I wouldn't call it murder when I snap the neck of my clone. Trying to escape with the Moorish temple charter. See the face the tartar, no making me a martyr. Third eye and larger, aura is my armor. When I plant a seed in my soil, rhyme farmer. Use the alma rap sorta like an almanac. Keep listening, sleepless hip-hop insomniac. Moorish MC, call me that acquiesce, don't call back, just fall back. Any rapper after 95, all whack. Their flow just trickles like drops on icicles. Rappers need training wheels on their rhymesicles. Keep people's mind pickled in a lost realm. When it comes to Moorish MCs, I'm at the helm. Invasion. I know what dirty Moors, yeah. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I'm saying. I know what dirty Moors did, I know what dirty Moors did. I'm going at dirty rappers, lynching dirty Moors too. Hiding literature that Drew wrote to warn you. They claim to make you Muslim and make you sovereign. The paperwork and fighting, your fiat they robbing. They don't care about his words, throw it out like garbage. Or throw it at you when you're active, not passive. When they want to talk about like off a trampoline mattress. Treat them like a vamp or a teen actress. Get stamped with the brand like a mean savage. This inquisition divine, all others average. Millennial renaissance, heroes in our classes. Fed up with the czar controlling facets. Ask if they heard about Moors, they say no. But Masons, they obviously know. Down the handshakes and rituals with skull and bones. They even know about owls burning Bohemian Grove. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. Dirty Moors killed Drew. I read the FBI papers on loyal Moors, emergency fund rapers, Moorish literature and divine bylaw changers. Might as well say Drew Ali was born in a manger. Prophet puts poison aside and his food smell danger. Got me treating every Moor like a stranger. Grand cheek pumpkin stumbling drunk in their feds. What was proclaimed for every meeting was not read. Some Moors are so active, Prophet can't be dead. Thanks Moorish teachers away, I can't be led. Actions speak, then I consider what's said. And what's said was study, then study yourself. Honest to the Prophet, noble Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. Everybody wants to be just like Drew Ali, but nobody wants to care about Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did. I know what dirty Moors did to Drew Ali. I know what dirty Moors did.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil literal lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm sorbet, prepping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J, Israel. Had no clue I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it. So the snake's still showing up, stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death grip and slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finishing.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost and metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts slap a dirty Moor or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brain waves, squashed by heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. DA are feminists, stomped on by elephants. Won't like go prejudice, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the pole magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book are maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness. No pestilence, ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no they live shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
Islam Moors, Peace I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you after this. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. You already know how it goes. You know, we gotta look out for Canaanland. So we didn't have our regular meeting today online for everybody. So let's have a little live, address some posts. If you got any questions, just throw it in the chat in all caps and do our best to get to you. Any questions at all you got, just put it in the chat in all caps and we'll get to you. So Ryan O'Toole, actually do it this way. So we had this post up. With this passport these people are pushing as a travel document. And Ryan O'Toole was saying we're mad and what are we doing for the Moorish, whatever. What have we done and all this stuff, right? This thing's been around 2 years. They're asking Kudroel, what has he done for the Moorish movement? But these people have been around 2 years. Did anybody ask them anything before they went and got travel document from them? They didn't ask them shit, did they? They didn't ask them anything. Nothing was asked. But as soon as we start challenging all these people and their fraud, giving you damn eagles with feathers on, telling you that they're Moors, people want to talk crazy with us. Oh yeah, okay. All right. We get it. We get it. We also get that you're dumb. We also get that you're dumb if you're listening to people called Moorish Consular Court, because Taj Tariq Bey's face is representing that, whatever the hell that is. You're dumb. So we look at this thing right here. Given appellation, Sharif 9 Feathers Bey. And then a little TM next to the appellation. Now, what's TM? Remember, this is a Moor we're talking about. This is a Moor. He's supposed to proclaim his nationality and all that stuff, right? But on his travel document, he has his given appellation, Sharif 9 Feathers Bey, with the TM on it. So you go to the law dictionary, and then you look up, what is trademark? Trademark is the distinctive design, logo, graphics, words, and symbols used to identify a product or a service that guarantees the genuineness of an item. And then what they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you that, oh yeah, we're providing a service. We're giving this to the people. They're providing the service, but they're giving this to the people. Right? All right. We're going with them that this is their position that they're taking. Because if this is on the identification, then this is the position that they're taking. Right?
This is called title casing. This is actually was actually used and is still used for what? For headers, headlines, right? Headlines to stories or plays. So this is fictional, right? This is still for artificial persons.
Right? Capitalizing the names for artificial persons, right? So then how come his Moorish American travel document, how come his Moorish American travel document is written capitalized? I thought they had been teaching you that you're supposed to write your stuff in lowercase. And then if he stopped doing this and he has a new one that has, so if he has a new one that doesn't have capitalized, if he has a new one that doesn't have capitalized, then if we go to the Moorish American Consulate, this is the American, this is the consulate stuff. This is real time. Right now, if you go on there, this is there. So how come his 9 Feathers Bay Trust says Sharif 9 Feathers Bay capitalized? This is his trust right now that he's using to pass down anything he has to his descendants and all that stuff. Protect the property and all that. They're going to do their little IG video telling you that all caps is a fiction, but then their trust is written in the fiction.
Whereas this is completely dead. Now, if you do not have minimum loss of status, because minimum loss of status is using capital and lowercase. So if you use no capital letters, the opposite of being of maximum loss of status, all caps would be all lowercase, which is no loss of status, right? And this is where we get to the state or status of being allodial.
Right, and we're telling you that's a lie, because the only way they know about allodial, the only way they know about allodial is because it says it right there. See on the top right there? It says allodial above identification. This is why they know about allodial, not what they're saying on this. So if people been around using allodial before these people started using allodial, people been using allodial. Moors been using allodial for years, never talking about lowercase anything. All of a sudden these people come up 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And now they're telling you allodial means lowercase and you're going with that. So then if that's the reality, if that's what the reality is, right? If the reality is that this is all lowercase, writing it is lowercase, writing it in lowercase is the best way to do this, then why weren't Moors doing that before 2 years ago? No Moors anywhere before 2 years ago were telling you lowercase here appellation. Zero. Now all of a sudden these Moors popping up and they're trying to convince you that they're the Moors to be following. They've been around 2 years. What have they done but cause confusion? Done nothing but cause confusion. And again, for their own selfish self. Your own selfish self. That's what they're looking out for. They're looking out for the nation. Because if they were looking out for the nation, like we said before, all these are supposed to be free. Why should they be free? Why? What do you mean why? What do you mean why should they be free? Let me show you why they should be free. This is why they're supposed to be free. Let's show you why. Because there's no way that the stuff shouldn't be given away. How come it's not given away? Yeah. How come they got it like this? This is how they got it.
Hello, Danny.
Hello. MATD company does it again. Oh yeah.
别有用心的人看说你在强迫中国老老。
Hey, no.
Right, just like at the Korean store, the nail store, when you're in there paying all this finance to get your nails done, and then you're in there and they're laughing at your ass. That's what these people do right now, laughing at your ass. Because you think someone showed this to some border guy that it's legit because they recognize what? They're a foreign corporation. What do you mean border? What are you talking about? The border people are who's legitimate? So you're telling me the guy at the border is legitimate? Because they colonized land and put borders there, and now you got to cross a border to go anywhere you want in your own land, and you're saying, oh yeah, they're legit because they recognize this document called Moorish travel document. This is how they got it. If they got this like this, there's no way that these should be 160. No way. Especially since they were going to charge me 70. So if they're going to charge me 70 and they're charging you 160, they're playing you. And again, if you check this, each one of these does not cost 160 because they're buying it in bulk. And if they're buying it in bulk like this, they should be giving these away to the Moors if they work like that. If they work like that, if these people are really sincere in what they're doing, right? What they're going to do is they'll put up on their website, nationality card, travel document, whatever, free for Moors. All you got to do is show your Moorish nationality card. Because Moors been had that before them. Right? Why do you think it went right back to all caps? When you wrote, listen to what you're saying. I have stood with a highwayman patrol and told him he cannot put my name in all caps. He said fine. I put it in all lowercase. He did it. It went right back to caps. Why? Why did it do that? Do you think it did that because the glitch in the matrix? No, it did that because they're a corporation. All they do is all caps. They don't do anything but all caps. You're not telling them, you got to write my name like this because I'm a sovereign of the whatever, and they're going to do that. They're not doing that because they already know that that's going to set them up for international lawsuit. Why are they going to bait themselves into human trafficking? They're going to bait you into human trafficking, make you give up your own birthright. Now, there's a passport with a tassel on it. You're thinking this is some travel document for some sovereign whatever. But the people who are a fraud, who murdered Aboriginal indigenous people in this land, the people who killed rivers, the people who killed animals, made animals extinct and all that type of stuff, you're going to them for verification that you could cross the border using this document because you got it from this guy over here who's all the way in China and he's getting them like this. You really think this is legitimate? If you think this is legitimate, you're dumb. If I came on the block with Jordans stacked up like this, you think people are trying to pay? Why are they paying? And then the guy who has the Jordans stacked up like this, why is he charging people? If it's like that, how much do these things cost to make? Let's put some guesses in the chat. How much if they're getting these like this, how much do these start to make? How much it costs? How much it costs to make this? How much it costs? What's one of these costs to make? So if you're going to bitch about some shoe company charging $5 for a shoe or paying $5 to make a shoe and charging you $700, right? And you're not going to look at that as weird. That it costs him $2 to make shoes they're charging people $200, $300, $700 for? Right? So this stuff costs $1 to $7, we'll say, to make. And they're telling you $160. If you think that that's fair and that's honest, and if you think that, well, they're providing a service and they need to make a profit from this already, you already played yourself. Because if it's talking about nationality, you can't sell it. And if this costs $7 to make, $160 is super over the amount he's supposed to get for his work. And you're looking at, we're haters or something. Bro, you're cashing your checks with the people who colonized your ancestors. You're cashing the check with the people who colonized your ancestors. And you're saying, these people who colonized my ancestors, they recognize my Moorish travel document that I got and they cash my check with it. Dumbass, you're supposed to be going to your own place to cash a check. Where's that? Why are you going to them? Why don't you have your own Moorish bank to go to so you can cash your checks at the Moorish bank? Why don't you have a Moorish cash check in place that you can go to? That's how we know you people's mindset is completely off as to what this is. Because people have taken their time to sell this to you. And you're distracted. Because you think because you paid for it, it means something. That's not real. You didn't pay for it. It's fiat dollars. Did you pay gold and silver for that? No, you didn't. So if you didn't, then you didn't buy it. And then if there's no money, then why are they charging you? These are Moors. Why are they charging you? There's no money. You don't talk about something they did. They didn't do anything. Everything's done. All they got to do is stick the tassel on it. That ain't no work. They're not typing anything in there. They're taking your card that you buy from them and they're putting it in that, and then they say, here's your thing. What's that? What's that? That's 160? The rights cannot be bought or sold. They just sold it to you. Because like I'm telling you, they were going to charge me 70. They're charging you 160. Right? And like we said, how dare anybody, any of you people, how dare you ask us what we did for the Moors? How dare you? How dare you? Right? How dare you? With your fake pin that you're trying to push on people. Again, using allodial, and you people ain't even about allodial. People not about no allodial. You're a fiction. We know you're a fiction. How do we know? How do we know that you're a fiction? Right? You think you could fool Moors who study? You can't fool Moors who study. You can't fool Moors who study. You can't fool Moors who study. Noble Drew Ali never put the Moroccan flag on the right. It's on the left. No, it's not. It's on the right. Look at the flagpole, dummy. Look at the flagpole, dummy. It's not on the right. They're pretending to be down with Noble Drew Ali. You know, Noble Drew Ali crossing his arms and all that stuff to have flags be where they're supposed to be. He's not doing that. Noble Drew Ali not sitting in the office with no flagpoles crossing and all that. Moroccan flag on the left. Left is feminine. And right is feminine. Because everything comes back to mother. They're telling you Drew Ali had the flag on the right. On this pin that they're selling you. Look at the flagpole. That's what the dirty Moors do. We know them. That's what they do. And we don't know if he's dirty, but we know if you're putting the flags like this, some dirty Moors taught you. If you put this, you go to these people to get these BS pins, why don't you go to Khalifa Media, get some real pins with stuff that Noble Drew Ali brought you, like ISLAM and Love, Truth, Peace, Freedom, and Justice. These people don't rep for that. They don't rep for that. Please, if Nine Feathers Bay was helping the people, everybody's MATD would be free. All they have to do is show their nationality card. Who the hell does he think he is? He just came 2 years ago. You charging people for stuff. You just came, you ain't pay any dues yet. What temple you belong to that you pay dues to the Moors? And again, we're telling these people with their BS pins. How come you just don't go to Khalifa Media and go get the real pins that represent Noble Drew Ali, that represent your nation, and not represent these people's individual whatever it is that they're trying to do, and then put Noble Drew Ali's name in it, and then call themselves Noble, and then they're spelling Noble wrong, or they got full colon and hyphen and all that type of stuff, and causing confusion. Right? Like who what do you mean? What do you mean? Amexem. What do you mean AME-XEM? The hell do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Who made that up? That ain't what Noble Drew Ali brought. That little bootleg fez that you have on that thing there, that's not what Noble Drew Ali brought. AA222141, that's a filing number. And that filing number belongs to Great Seal. How come Great Seal is not on your pin? Playing you, and all of them are riding together, because guaranteed the guy who's making these bootleg pins is riding with Sharif Nine Feathers Bey, who trademark his name, which letting you know he's a product or a service. He's not a Moorish national. He's a product or a service. If he trademarked, then he's a product or a service. And if he's a product or a service, then he's not a human being. And if he's not a human being, then he can't have a nationality and talk about Moors and be selling you documents claiming that you're Moors. Because he's in violation. Why is he in violation? Because he's in China. Why is he making a allodial identification for Moors in America and he's in China? And everywhere that you go, all you see is pale-skinned hands. He's not working with our people in China. He's not even working with Moors in China. Who are these people? Oh, they're Moors too. No, where's the dark-skinned ones at? That we know the dark-skinned ones that are out there. Where are they at? Where are they at? And the people who are running fraud are always going to say that somebody's hating.
Seals made.
Right? How is there a China lady working on the seals for the Moors? Full of BS. And these are the people that you're following.
对，你看，
太紧了，不能太紧，
太近了，
太紧了不行。那你字也不能缩小啊。
需要小一点，小一点也可以啊。Got thousands of these coming.
Right, they got thousands of these coming. Selling you your birthright.
They write for me.
Selling it to you.
That's the way we do it, nobles.
This is the way they do it. In fraud. They're not Great Seal. They're Moorish American consulate. They have their own seal. Why are they using the Great Seal to make a seal when they got a seal already? They have their own Moorish American consulate seal. Why are they using the Great Seal?
There are thousands coming.
Why are they using the Great Seal when they already have their own seal? That's called fraud. People who have no affiliation with Great Seal, they haven't put in no work as Great Seal. They made a travel document. That's all. And they didn't even make it. Some Chinaman made it. Some Chinaman made it. It ain't even like it came from Moors. The Moors in China are the dark-skinned ones. The pale ones are amalgamated, just like anywhere else in the world. The dark-skinned ones are the originals. We know they're committing fraud. We're telling you they're committing fraud. You engaging in the fraud by riding with them. And then the people who've been doing work for the past 20, 30, 40 years, you're not giving them any acknowledgement. And they've been putting in work. These people haven't done anything. They're a fetus. They're 2 years old in the Moorish movement. They're 2 years old in the Moorish nation. What the hell could they be doing? You put Grand Sheik on a 2-year-old right now and tell me what's going to happen. You put Vizier on a 2-year-old right now. Tell me what's going to happen. Tell me. Put Vizier on a 2-year-old. Put Grand Governor on a 2-year-old. And throw him the keys to the temple. And let me know what happens. Let me know how that goes for you. Don't talk about hatred, slander, lewdness, and everything that harms and all that stuff, because if the truth hurts, that's on you. It has nothing to do with me if the truth hurts. Don't get mad at me because you're a fraud. Don't get mad at me. You're a fraud. Right? Oh, since you want to talk about put the pin back up, let's put the pin back up. Let's put the pin back up. Allodial American national. Land, air, and sea. Noble Ali said this is a divine movement. Where's Ether at? Well, Ether's not on there. If this is divine, right? And this is how you're dumb. See how light skinned I am? This is how light skinned I am. This is how amalgamated I am. I'm disamalgamated. So if I'm disamalgamated, I have a right to talk. On top of that, I'm a Grand Sheik. On top of that, we have a temple that we've been had for 10 years out here. That we have a building that people could come to learn this information. And we're letting you know it's a fraud. Because the flags are backwards. Noble Ali did not put the Moorish flag on the right. This is not on the right. This is illusion because the flag is on a pole. And if you fly the flag upright like it's supposed to be flown according to flag etiquette or whatever, what type of nation has their flag falling over? Nation has their flag falling over. Why is the flag falling over? Why is that flag not standing erect like a flagpole is supposed to stand? Because it's a fraud, that's why. Noble Drew Ali, the one who started this whole thing of show two flags and all that, he had your flag on the left. Noble Drew Ali had your flag on the left. Noble Drew Ali had your flag on the left. Why did he have your flag on the left? Because you're the firstborn. You're before everybody. You're before everybody. Why do they change things? Why are they choosing to cause confusion? Like I'm saying, we got a nationality card. We don't need Moorish travel document. It's not needed because we got a nationality card. A nationality card is where it's supposed to be at, not anything else. The only reason there's other stuff is because of traders not wanting to stick to the program of nationality card. They think that they found their way and they could do something better than Noble Drew Ali. How are you doing something better than Noble Drew Ali? The hell you think you are? Who you think you are? Like, this is how crazy it is. Let me show you how crazy it is. Since you want to talk about rabies and rabies dogs and movies and stuff like that. Let me show you how crazy it is. Let me just show you. Just so you could go back to your whole play of what do you do?
Young sluts can't fuck with a Cujo. Young sluts can't fuck with a Cujo.
Rabies dog spitting flow, it's the more MC. No status rappers need to recognize Allah sent me to rep the prophet on beats, not Muhammad or Buddha. Verbal hashish when I flow out your headphone hookah. Whatever you think you started, it's about to end. Shimmer all bass swing at your head and your lady friend. I watch no face, I don't care what you hear or heard. You won't see what I see with third eyes blurred. Hip hop nerd at night, I read till my eyes bleed. I affirm you bleed. I got titles, you want these, I got nationality. You want ECCs and PPSA for freedom. You can't freedom with hearsay. When I spit, call me pepper spray, verbal graph artist. Blacks always shot up calling yourself the color of target. Systems crashing, I noticed that they closed all the targets. Blacks were slaves and got the stocks, crashing the markets. Who?
can't fuck with a Cujo.
What?
Young sluts can't fuck with a Cujo.
RAPPERSTODAY. Talk with tongues forked and dressed like party guys. I'm different and will not be compared to them. Every you claims to have guns, but I'm not scared of them. We walking on their blocks, won't mess with Moors locks. Especially after I use law and back down those cops, kidnapping them and giving Billy Club shots and slapping, sniffing stolen coke off the dash in their paddy wagon, reaching north of office between bars like a chorus. All they want is black man fam at the forest. I'm going at all principles and subordinates. Moorish MC, don't care for statues and ordinance. Feathers make magistrates sit up when we step in. If I plead, it's sex relation under fraud and misrepping. Standing on squares like Tekken. You call obelisks, leave whack rappers drumming in cornfields like causing fists. What?
Young sluts can't fuck with a Cujo.
I'm bucking at the Antichrist. I'm bucking at the Antichrist. I'm bucking at the Antichrist. So as the rappers ducking, impropria persona is the status I'm stuck in. If you get with this, they won't treat you like black sheep. The choice is yours, whether you want to stay awake or stay asleep. A lot of rappers for a check, keep it shallow, I stay deep. When pigs kidnap blue pill, I didn't hear a peep. From kill, crack, and Negroes, I notice your state of matter is soft like porridge. So what you say, it don't really matter. Won't call you imam, looking like Abdullah the butcher. Tenderize me halal pork chops and pressure cookers. Speculative, never acting through phone cameras. You lookers have no balls like at the end of a game of snooker. Punks like saying you're Jew when you're really a German. Punks calling ancestors black when they're wearing a turban. Punks punch with lines with their benign rhymes. I just tell Orishas of their sins and watch comic fans climb.
Yo, you young pups can't fuck with the Cujo. Stop the BS. Yeah, it just came yesterday. Selling all your stuff. Selling your everything. Selling all the crap. Have our people lost. Don't know the truth about their nationality and birthrights. But they know all they gotta do is get a MATD. And they're gonna... And they think because some border patrol colonist sees their thing and lets them go across the border that they did something. You're showing that you're under colonization. You're proving you're colonized. Because all they are going to accept to go through their stuff is whatever they want to accept. Because they're a fraud. There's Moors that travel with nationality cards. It's not some new stuff. They got it like this, stacked up to the ceiling. They got MATDs. And they're telling you 160 and you're paying like a dummy. Buying your birthright. Buying your birthright. Why would you buy your birthright? Why are you buying your birthright? They're supposed to be giving it to you for free. They're supposed to be giving it to you for free. If they got it like that, are you dumb? If they got it like that, why aren't they giving it to you for free? And the other part of it is all the people who have used this document right here, everybody who used this to go wherever that they went. We want to know what you did, where you went with this. Did you do more stuff or did you do nigger stuff? Did you take your Moorish American travel document and go somewhere else to do something Moorish, because that's a Moorish document. And if you're Moorish document, why are you going somewhere to go sit on the beach in a thong if you're Moorish? Now you have any respect for yourself. If you're Moorish, why are you wearing a fedora? What kind of Moorish are you? Oh, you people are ID makes you a Moor. Those are the people that you are. ID makes you a Moor. And that's the difference. People who think ID is a Moor, or ones who are Moors. They got these things by the box, in stacks. You tell me this is not commerce? The same way they got their dumbass pins, same way they got these. That's a product. Your nationality is a product. If you think your nationality is a product, and you have some card you got from some Moors out there, or some travel document you got from some Moors, and you don't have the knowledge to back up that stuff that you got, but you can show this and get away with stuff or whatever, you're not no damn Moor. What Moor are you? You're just a copycat. Follow fashion. That's all you are. Follow fashion. Because Moors been had ID since the 1920s. Who are you coming today and talking about you got some IDs you're selling to people and they work, so people need to come get them from you or whatever, and you're not even giving honors to the foundation? You're not even telling Moors, the nationality card that you have right now, the nationality card that you have right now, you can take this travel document, put your nationality card in it, and then that makes it legitimate. Nah, they're going to make up a whole new card and then try to convince you that how they're doing it is the way that it's supposed to be done. But they're trademarking their name and stuff like that. For Moors telling you, I'm a Moor, and then their appellation has TM on it, that means trademark. Why would a Moor be trademarked? The only way a Moor is going to be trademarked is if they're a product or a service. Don't let them make up some other stuff for what trademark means. Why is he trademarked? And if you're buying something from somebody trademarked, what are you? If somebody who's trademarked, hi, I'm trademarked, and then the trademark thing is selling you your identification, what does that mean about you? Doesn't that mean that you're a fraud too? If a man pretending to be a kangaroo is giving out kangaroo ID and you're going and you're buying one, now you're a kangaroo. Is that legitimate? Is that legitimate? There's no way that you're a Moorish American and you're talking about surname is Bey. If a Moor has a surname and their surname is El, Bey, De, Al, or Ali, they're a fraud. Because those aren't surnames. Those aren't surnames. Those aren't surnames. So you're riding with some people who because you have a document from them telling you that you have a surname and your surname is Bey, which is a fraud. And like we say, you know what I mean? We know who they are because they're never going to push the button. They're never going to push the button. We know who the traitors are. We know who the ones are that's trying to keep you away from what this is really about. Because it's evident in the things that they're doing that they're a fraud. Why is the surname Bey? El, Bey, De, Al, and Ali are not surnames. But you riding with them. You got that ID. And you want to know how come you go across the border with this. Of course you go across the border with it. It's a fraud. Just like the people who are controlling the border. Why would they have issues? They're a fraud. Doesn't fraud recognize fraud? Isn't there no statute of limitation on fraud? So if there's no statute of limitation on fraud, then once there's fraud, fraud is going to happen too. Even Moors who show a nationality card and go across the border is a fraud because it's not even supposed to be a border there. These people know what they're doing. And their job is to cause confusion. That's their position. Cause confusion. And then you transition and then you come out the womb and then you're back here again because you listen to these people. And you're thinking it's something else when it was you. You are the one that called it on yourself. Because you're not dealing with the foundation. There is a foundation to this. There is a foundation. No one comes before him. No one. Moorish consulate doesn't even have Noble Drew Ali on their website. So you don't honor the Moorish Empire. They're all about their fame and nobility. That Noble Drew Ali told Moors. Watch out for your own brothers. Those are the ones that's going to put you right back into slavery. You're thinking that some guy that came 2 years ago made a travel document, so now you're a Moor because you got his travel document. When he's an opportunist, selling your birthright to you. That's supposed to be free. And it's free because you're born with it. put a cat in the oven doesn't make them biscuits when they come out. You people putting cats in the oven want biscuits. And biting into burnt cat, talking about this cookie. This cookie is furry. Playing yourself because you strayed away from Noble Drew Ali. Strayed away. Strayed away from Noble Drew Ali. Willingly too. You were game to stray. Because your intention is to think something makes you who your ancient foremothers and forefathers are. No, you're that already. You're already that. Another dumb one they do. They got you getting Moorish American born record and live life claim. Now, how is he talking about his mother, Versie Lee Beverly, and father, Lamont Conrad, are American Moors? How is an adult, if an adult has a Moorish travel document, why they need a live birth record? If you have a Moorish American travel document, why do you need a live birth record? A born record? A live life claim? Why do you need that? Why does an adult need a birth record? And then why are they lying on it that their mom and their dad are American Moors when they don't got L or Bay or nothing like that? This is a fictitious document. This is a fictitious document. We know for a fact that he wasn't born as Sharif Nine Feathers Bey. We know for a fact he wasn't born that. Because if he was born that, we would have been heard about him. He just came out 2 years ago. There's no way he was born Sharif Nine Feathers Bey. There's no way. That's a lie. And if you're lying on documents, that's fraud, isn't it? Isn't that fraud? Why would you lie and say that your born name that they had on the birth certificate that your mom gave you isn't that? It's your name that you have now that your mom never named you. That's fraud. How much? These people don't have any honor for their foremothers and forefathers. And these are the people that you're chasing. These are the people who you're going and supporting them. And you want to know why your conditions aren't getting better. Because you keep supporting the fraud and not supporting the righteous. You know, do your thing. It's your birthright. You could do whatever you want with it. And like we say, people are going to talk BS in the chat. But when we tell them, push the button, they're not going to push the button. They're going to stay in the chat, declining all the invites, and then still talking in the chat. But declining all the invites when you push the button, since you know what you're talking about, your pin is so amazing and all that stuff. Now, you're not going to support the Khalifa Media pins who've been around before these guys. You're going to support these guys who just came yesterday with pins. Because they put some images on it that looks Moorish, you're jumping at it like a dumbass. Then you're going to these frauds, supporting these frauds, and then want to know how come the righteous isn't manifesting on the earth. How come everybody's a demon and a zombie? Because you've been supporting traitors all your life. Traitor culture. That's what we call you people. Traitor culture. All you love is the Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jacksons and the Farrakhans and all the traitors. And all the righteous, you do placation games with them that you honor them. You don't honor them. You're from traitor culture. And traitor culture has you buying some Moorish travel documents from a guy who lied on his live life claim, calling his mom and dad Moors as if they were nationalized when they weren't and all that stuff. These are lies. My mom wasn't a Moor when she had me. She was Negro black colored. There was no Moor. After a certain time, if you didn't proclaim this, you're in the jurisdiction of the corpse. Anybody after 1930, they ain't no more. They're property. And they have to proclaim and declare who they are to get out of that dead status. And if you're an adult, why are you lying on a life claim? Why are you lying on a born record? You're an adult. You have a damn nationality card. What do you need a live birth record for? You're an adult. Yeah, I need to buy. Let me get a size 1 of those shoes over there. Oh, you got a baby coming on the way? No, they're for me. Why are you buying size 1 shoes? Or you're just incompetent? And we're putting it on the record. I don't care if it works. It's still a fraud. I don't care if travel document works. I don't care if you got stamps on it that you went all over the world with the travel document. If you took that Moorish American travel document and you went wherever and you didn't do something for the Moors, you just went there to say, we'll go live that we got on the plane with the Moorish travel document and all that stuff. But you're not going on the plane when you're going to the strip club or over wherever you went. You're not going on live then. You're not going on live when you're at the bar getting smashed. You're not going to go live then. You're going to go live going across this fictitious border try to sell some travel document, but you're not gonna go live with your floss string bikini tanning. You're not gonna go live with that. You're not gonna go live uplifting fallen humanity, but you're gonna go live using some travel document that these people are buying by the box. If you didn't see, those who didn't see. This is how they got travel documents.
MATD Company does it again. Hello. MATD Company does it again. Oh yeah. Hey, no. So yeah, I got a brand new shipment of MATD. We got thousands in, and this is just one box, so we have to inspect all of the booklets. And these ladies are my workers; they're helping me out.
These ladies are my workers. Only pimps talk like that. These ladies are my workers; they're helping me out. Workers? These ladies are my workers. They're helping me out. So he's selling these for $160. He's selling these for $160 to you. And then he's not even giving jobs to his own. He's giving jobs of stuffing boxes to some pale Moors. He's not even assisting his own. But this is what you're putting your finance to. I want to know how come your conditions suck. All these supposed to be free. They got thousands of those in. I would have had more respect for Moorish American travel document if they would have said, since we're in China, you know what we'll do? We'll supply fezzes for the Moors. Since we're in China and we can get them for 75 cents. We're going to be the fez distributor for the Moors. Buy those in the thousands and sell those. Oh, you can't do that because you need to store those somewhere. With these little BS stuff, all you can stack boxes. But 5,000 fezzes is a little bit hard to just put in a corner. They stay. Employing the Paleys. They ain't giving their people any jobs with this Moor stuff. It's not like you have nationalized Moors making your stuff. You don't have that. You don't even have nationalized Moors making your stuff. You got corporate citizens making your stuff. No different than the Akampong maroon people going to Canada to print their debt notes for them. They couldn't find an African country to go print their debt notes for them. They go into the colonists. Y'all could think that this is hate or whatever. We don't give a shit what you do. It's your birthright. You do whatever you want. We're just sticking our head out from behind the veil. That you know, you just recognize some stuff. You do whatever you want with this info. You do whatever you want with this info. Just letting you know. We're making some observations. And then we're going back behind the veil and doing whatever it is that we do uplifting our people. Just like we were behind the veil today and we went with the Moors on a nature walk. Just to be around Moors, get the children outside, make them run and stuff. That's doing more for humanity than people getting these documents from some Moorish consulate, whatever. Those stuff not doing anything for you. If you're gonna have that, but then you're gonna go on the beach in your G-string and all that, have no respect for yourself. You're Moors. You're Moors, but you got stuff all open. Then every man see. And then your God, your king, he's there with you, promoting the slackness. But you're gonna show your Moorish nationality card though, and your love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and Holy Quran chapter, don't have an alluring wife and all that stuff. But look at you, parading around on the beach. As if that's what Moorish is. And like we said, we're putting it out there again. Everybody and anybody who has one of these Moorish American travel documents, we want to see what you did for the Moors wherever you went. Because if you're crossing borders and stuff as a Moor, you're a dignitary. You're a diplomat. You're talking about vizier and all that. All right. So what did you do for the Moors? Or you just go to the beach to stand in the water and take selfies and take little videos of your feet in the water at the beach because you use your Moorish travel document. That's it? You never talked to any of the local people or anything like that? Never built any bridges? Made any relations for the Moors in America? Nothing? Just went there for yourself? You just went there for yourself, huh? Interesting. Keep looking out for yourselves. And we'll see this stuff continuing. Keep looking out for yourselves. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Keep looking out for yourself. No problem. Because the other thing is that, we know that you're going to be selfish for so long until you realize that it can't work like that. It just can't work like that. I know you want it to. You think that this is about you, but this is not about you. It has nothing to do with you. This has to do with all of us. And if you're not looking out for all of us, we might as well string you up because you're useless. Like we said, the pins we get, some members buy to support or whatever. But for today, for example, last time we had a walk, we gave out pins. We have pins to rape our people because we don't want to get a job. We want to just laze around and do nothing. Just want to reap the benefits. No benefit reaping. We've done enough of that. Start looking out for others. Stop being selfish. Stop being self-centered and be part of the nation. Help the ones doing good do more good. Stop helping the clowns. Stop helping the traitors. Stop helping the sellouts. Stop pushing them. Stop promoting them. Assist the real. That's all we're saying. Because Juali told you your own's going to put you in slavery. And we're showing you how all of them are putting you in slavery. Because everything that we say is factual and actual. You can go check that for yourself. Right. No. No, if you don't know what I did, obviously you're new to this. If you don't know what I did, obviously you just came yesterday. So there ain't nothing to tell you. Because everything I tell you that I do, you're going to say that you can't even comprehend what it is that I do. You can't even relate to what I do. You're a pin guy. What is pins? Pins ain't nothing. You made some pins, you think you did something for the Moors? You made an ID, you think you did something to Moors? You didn't do something for the Moors because you made a travel document. What's that? That ain't nothing. Like we said, Moors been had travel documents. Not some new stuff. We got Moors right now exercising right to travel forever. No issues. Right now. 2021. Right? Why don't you go ask Nine Feathers Bay what he did other than make a travel document? Go ask him what he did. Bet you he can't tell you anything. Bet you. Let Nine Feathers Bay, let Sharon Tracy Gale, let Dr. Nyla Gilliam, let all these people tell you what they did for the Moors other than what they're doing right now. Bet you they're not going to tell you anything. What they do? Like, what have they done? Let's say, you know, call up 10 Moors. Call up 10 Moors and let them tell us what it is that they did for them. And guaranteed, you're not going to find Moors for them to call up like that. This is not about what it is somebody did. If you're playing that game. If you're playing the game of being a Moor is based on what somebody did, then you should be able to pull them up. If you punch it, Taj Tariq Bey, stuff's going to come up to show what he did. Raz Mariah V. Bey, stuff's going to come up, show what they did. You put in Asir the Duke of Steers, stuff's going to come up to show what he did. Then Jamal Bey, stuff's going to come up to show what he did. Then Nine Feathers Bay, nothing. Moorish American travel document. That's all. That's it. Please. Oh, and the issue with Dr. G is because a year and a half ago I messaged her to get on there and still can't get a reply email. But all I see is all these fezless, turbanless Moors up there telling people BS. People like Sharon Tracy Gale, who lied on RV Bay Publications, stole the paperwork that was Great Seal paperwork, changed the letterhead, put their own Moorish American consulate letterhead on it, and then start pushing that as that's the paperwork for Moors. Those are the people she has on her platform. Those are the people. Those are the people. Phoenix Moors and sun rising Moors and all this crap. Now, once they brought somebody on there to talk about Noble Drew Ali, and if somebody does, it's Taj Tariq Bey, who we don't even need to bring him up, that he's on the platform. That ain't nothing. Who else? Forget him. Who else they got up there? Find me somebody else we should listen to. Oh yeah, Abdullah Bey is on there. Who else? Find me somebody else. Who else? Who else? They have all these clowns up there repetitiously. They have these clowns up there. And true Moors who have info, they're not putting them on their channel. Even Moorish American travel documents making finance off of Taj. Remember, Moorish American travel document is Moorish Consular Court, who has Taj face on the website still right now. And they just have it up there just because they can, because they know he's not going to cuss them out and say, why are you using my stuff? But he's going to go on Dr. G and he's going to cuss these people out to their face. He's going to be on there every Friday, Thursday, or whatever, and he's going to cuss them out in their face. Right? Exactly. You can put Taj face on your screen, man. That doesn't mean nothing. Exactly. That's exactly how traders think. That's exactly how sellouts think. Just like that. Just like that. And that's your issue as a people. Your issue as a people is you love your sellouts and your traders. You love your sellout and your traders. Right. Oh, we might as well show that one too since we're on here. Since you want to bring up Taj's name and shit. Let's bring up Taj then. Let's bring up Taj. Since you're bringing them up. Let's just show you how much of a fraud that they are. How they use the master teacher to lie.
Instrumentality is the instrumentality or the bodily instrument created by the bishoprics of Rome and executed by the members of the Circle Church and Chancery, which you know as the Bar Association, which are told of in the Bible and the Septuaginta as the Sadducees and the Pharisees, who have been robbing you and stealing the widow's pennies, who have been falsely representing you, denying your capacity through miseducation to present yourself, and they write it in all capital letters, which means the dead, etc. However, and this is to be understood or comprehended, it does not mean necessarily that in proper grammatication that the beginning of a projection of knowledge is given the capital or the emphasis of the first capital letter and then the small case, but it means all case capital. This is why all transference of contract where they're doing business or claiming right of trade they will always put the appellation not as an appellation, but as a name, which means a corpse or corporation, and they will put the name all capital letters. And so that is the argument in its absolute valid point of non-capitalization in order that you do not agree to be dead.
But if you initial cap and lowercase, that's
not wrong.
That's not wrong.
All caps is what represents the dead.
Right.
That was Nolo actually means don't put all caps. That's what it means. Because it represents the dead corporation by which the vampires extract the estate of the living. Thus,
you see right there, right? No, they're telling you right in lowercase, right? How come Official House of Reawakening Minds didn't write Grand Sheikh Taj Tariq Bey in lowercase? How come they didn't write in lowercase? If this is wrong, according to Nine Feathers Bay, it's wrong to write it like this. This is wrong. You're supposed to write it in lowercase so you could be allodial. All right, so how come Taj Tariq Bey, who's right there, and then that's his appellation right there, how come it's not written in lowercase then? If what Moorish American travel document people are saying is really what it is. Because we know all caps is the fiction. Taj has been saying that for 30 years. He's not telling nobody some new stuff. But incompetent people who don't study miss things that are said. You're not going to find anything by Taj Tariq Bey with his appellation written in lowercase. You're not going to find any documents out there. Nothing with his name written in lowercase. Never are you going to find that. Never are you going to find that. Never, ever are you going to find that. And these people are telling you that the master teacher is sanctioning writing in lowercase. Because he said writing in lowercase is not wrong. Of course not wrong. Just like black is not wrong. Nothing's wrong with black. I got black shoes and all that stuff. I'm not mad at them. You shouldn't say you're a Moor. You're not a black shoe. You're not arguing with no black shoes. It's not even an argument. Nothing's wrong with lowercase. But if you're talking about your appellation, then that better be capitalized, or that doesn't identify a proper noun, which you are. This is not some advanced stuff. This stuff is basic. And again, Taj been telling people this for 30 years. You think he's on here on House of Ram and all this, saying the same stuff from 30 years ago, and you're in awe. You're in awe? This is all the stuff he said in his books over the past years. Why would Taj have his autograph available for all? Because he's sincere. That's why. But because you come into my house and the fridge is open doesn't mean that you just eat the fridge out. That's greedy. And that's rude, because that's my fridge. You should probably ask if you could have something in there, opposed to going in there and raiding it. Because you saw some stuff that you like in there and it's open. It's still mine. Where are you going? Right? Why would his name be in lowercase? I lectured with him. I have his books. I have his books. I know he doesn't write his appellation with full colons, semicolons, hyphens, none of that BS. And it's never in lowercase, ever. Never is it in lowercase. So these people want to play games with your birthright, have you confused out the yin-yang. And then you think because some people who are colonists let you pass their border that you made it, you're a Moor because they let you pass the border with this document from some guy in China who's a fraud. And then the people who let you pass the border are fraud. And fraud has no statute of limitations, but you're dumb. Right? You're dumb. Obviously, you're dumb. Right? They're using the master teacher's face. They're using the master teacher's name to make a name for themselves. That's fraud. That's fraud. Man, 70-something years old. You still raping him for the last little bit of energy he's got? You still have him 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock out here doing lectures or whatever for some dumb stuff? You have no honor? All these Europeans, before they hit 65, they're retiring, and here you go, running the master teacher down, breaking him down. I don't care if he has the energy and he's going to live to be 150. Give him a break. But nah, people want to make a name for yourself. So you'll kill him to make a name for yourself. And then talk about honors to him and can I get some of his ashes and all that stuff when you transition. All these people are vampires and traitors. Same people he's calling out on their platform. Calling them out on their own platform. And everybody missing it. Thinking he's talking about some other people out there. Right? We know this. We know they're using him. They don't honor him. They're users. Because why weren't they using him 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago? Where were they? What have they done? Don't tell me you wrote some poetry book, you did something for the Moors. You're supposed to learn to love instead of hate. You're not taking the BS from any of you traitors. That's all. They don't hate. We're just not taking your traitors' BS. You could let all these other people here take your BS and you could play little games with them, selling them travel documents and whatever. But we know these traitors. And then the traitors are going to go out here and then start begging when they know that they're getting put through the ringer. You know they're getting put through the ringer? It's not even anything that is not absolutely obvious. Absolutely obvious that these people are playing games with you.
You know, nobles, I have a proposal for all of the Moors, and that is all of the beef
and all of this kind of thing, it just really needs to just end, because we're already in critical times right now. And me personally, I don't have any business beefing with anyone, and especially people that are not even my own child's age, my daughter's age, right? So if you're under 30, you're younger than my daughter, all right? It's foolish for me to, for you to have a beef with me for no reason, and vice versa. It's foolish for me to have a beef with someone else. I know that I've been one that has been under attack because of jealousy and all of these things.
No, it's not because of jealousy. It's because you're a fraud. That's why. That's why there's an issue. There's an issue because we know that Moorish American Consulate, number one, is using the master teacher's face in order to make a name for themselves. Two, we know that their co-consulate general, Shayla Bey, turned in everything that he had to the FBI. We know this. We know people on the inside who left because of that. We know that. And MATD is coming from the same people who on their website, they're going to talk about near Rhode Island, we got a consulate general. Near New York, we got a consulate general. Near wherever, we got a consulate general. Near Canaanland. Canaanland's not a corpse. What do you mean near Canaanland? Canaanland's not a corpse. Canaanland is not a corpse. That didn't come from modern Europeans. So that's not a near anything. You're not near that. Have Canaanland on their site instead of Canada, and then have all these Moors from here going through them, and then when they go through them, right, and they got questions with their paperwork, guess who they're trying to call? Them. And guess what happens? They don't get an answer. Then what they end up doing? Calling Cujo. And then I'm asking them, well, hold on a second. So whose documents you got? Moorish American Consulate. All right, so you got Moorish American Consulate documents. Yes. You paid Moorish American Consulate to see your documents. Yes. How come you're not talking to them? Well, I tried to contact them. I can't get a hold of them. So why you calling me? Well, because you're a Moor and we're Moors and all that. No, we're not Moors. We weren't Moors when you went to Moorish American Consulate. We weren't Moors then. All of a sudden we're Moors now? When you can't get a hold of those clowns that you went to, that we told you, don't go over there, and you decided to go because you thought you knew something? Now you're complaining? Don't complain. Take that L. Because we told you not to go over there. We told you don't go to them. You want to go to them? Go right ahead. Do your thing. Don't be calling here. Don't be calling here about Moorish American travel document. You got kidnapped and help me or whatever like that. Can't get a hold of them. Don't be calling me. And don't be calling me if you got their paperwork and it doesn't work, or you got their paperwork and they never did something for you or whatever like that. Call them. That's who you got your stuff from. Go call them. Not doing no favors for any of you people anymore. Because you don't have any honor. Moore's going to steal 10 racks from you. Jack your 10 racks. Then you're coming to complain to me instead of go bust somebody's head for your 10 racks back. You're crying on the phone to me like I want that energy. Go cry to that guy who jacked your finance. Oh, but you're not going to do that because we're Moors and that's our brother and all that stuff. No, you're just traitor culture. That's what it is. You're traitor culture.
And probably because of the way that I move. And there are Moors that don't have to like me. That's all right. You don't have to like me in order for me to help you. And trust me, what I was revealed last night while being in my sleep lets me know that I'm definitely here for a reason, and that I'm going to be, and that I am a key player in helping the Moors.
He's a key player in helping the Moors, right? If he's a key player in helping the Moors, give these up for
Company
free.
does it again.
Hello, Danny.
Hello.
Hello.
MATD company does it again.
你小心一点，不要被美国
Oh yeah.
别有用心的人看，说你在强迫中国老。
He's about helping the Moors. He's a key part in helping the Moors. Give these Moorish travel documents out for free. If you're about helping the Moors, you got them by the truckload. And if you got them by the truckload, then you should be giving them out for free. No, I had a dream last night that told me that I'm the man. What the hell are you talking about? The hell are you talking about? You're the man? You had a dream last night, you're the man? Last night. Not the previous nights. You're making a video every day that you had a dream that you're the man. Just today. Oh yeah. Last night I had a dream I'm the man, and I'm a key player in this Moorish stuff.
Right? It's very important that we put aside our differences, and that all of the Moors have a truce to where we stick together so that we can survive through these times. Because there are some very difficult times that are upon us, and you haven't got any of it yet. You just got a very small taste of what's yet to come. And mark my words, you're going to need my help. Noble Drew Ali told you, your brothers from the East are going to have to help you, Moors.
The brothers from the East are going to have to help? Hold on a second. Because if we go to the Moorish American born record right here, it says mother Versi Lee Beverly, nationality American Moor. Father Lamont Conrad, nationality American Moor. Born near New Madrid, Missouri. Born near St. Louis, Missouri. What do you mean, brother from the East, if you're from Missouri? Because being born in an oven doesn't make cats biscuits. So he was born in America, but he's a brother from the East that's supposed to help you. If you just fell for that invisible bridge, you just come around the block though, yeah, I just bought this invisible bridge. And everybody just continues doing what they're doing. He just said out of his own mouth, he's the prophecy of Noble Drew Ali. The brothers from the East are going to help the Moors. His mom is from Missouri. If his mom's from Missouri, is he a brother from the East? Where's Missouri at? Is Missouri East somewhere? Your own is going to put you right back into slavery. Lying on the prophets stuff. Lying. He's not from the East. This is his born record right here. This is his. Indigenous to North America, free sovereign American Moor. How is that a brother from the East? How is that a brother from the East? And if he's not brother from the East and he's telling you he's a brother from the East, then either he's a liar or he thinks you're dumb. Which both of those you don't want.
I'm just a mere fulfillment of his prophecy. And this is kind of something what I was revealed last night. That the reason why I am here today is because I am some energy that was already over here long ago. Right? It's very interesting that when I started to learn the Chinese language, even the first day, my first day in class, the teacher was like, "Have you ever learned this language before?" She was amazed at my tones even. So I think my energy was already from over here, from our Moabites long ago, and I'm just that returning energy, that returning ancestor. This is kind of what I'm feeling and what was revealed to me. And I'm one that's going to be able to help the Moors get things that they're going to need, as I'm already doing some of it, but you're going to need more. You're going to need a whole lot more because, as Noble Drew Ali said, they're going to be guarding the food with rifles, right? So you Moors that have a vendetta against me or whatever, you know, I can live with that. But that still doesn't mean that we can't be brothers and that you can't seek out my help. You don't have to like me. You don't.
No, we already seeked out your help. Remember? Remember we seeked out your help because we wanted to have travel documents for our temple. And then when we had the conversation on the phone and you made it known to me that your Moorish consular court, I was asking you about, well, where's Shalimar Bay? Well, you don't know because I'm not there. Oh, so then how are you going to sell me some Moorish American stuff if you're not even over here? Why is it that all I'm seeing in this Moorish travel document is pictures of Negroes? Why is there only Negroes in here? Well, they're Moors too. Right? And then, what did they make sure that they went and did? What did they make sure that they did? Right? Because of Cujo. Because of Cujo, right, what did they do? This is your travel document? Really? That's your travel document. If you just took that serious, we know why our people are in the position that they're in as far as the Moors. We know why. Stuff's all messed up and we have nothing. You've been putting all your energy, all your time, and everything else into supporting traders instead of pinning them to the wall. Let the buzzards pick at them. And they got the piano music in the back. They couldn't even give you some Moroccan music. They're so Moorish. But Grand Sheikh Taj Tariq Bey co-signed him on his solo return. Didn't Taj Tariq Bey tell you not to follow him? Why are you following him? Why are you being a Taj Tariq Bey follower? Taj Tariq Bey said the Moors are supposed to eat 1 spoon of shit every morning for breakfast. You know how many Moors are going to eat shit? You know how many Moors are going to eat shit if Taj Tariq Bey said eat shit? Let that digest. Not the shit. You know how many people are going to eat shit? Just like how people are running to get shot because these people said there's something out there, you need to get shot. Guarantee. Taj Tariq said nationality is nothing. It was all a lie. You're not Moors. We're black people. Cut up his nationality card on Official House of Reawakening Minds. All these Moors denationalized themselves. Now talk about Taj said. Taj said we're not Moors. No, that's the problem, Moronics. The problem is you're not educated by everyone. Some of your own are putting you back into slavery like Noble Drew Ali told you that they're going to do. And they're doing that right now, 2021, by selling you a Moorish American travel document, which is a passport. The hell kind of book does that look like? Doesn't that look like everybody else's passport? The hell out of here. It's a passport called Moorish American travel document. Why do you think they could print it up like that? It's a passport. It's a corporate document. Why do you think they could get it by the box like that? Because this is some secret stuff that they're getting in the back, and they got arrangements with China so the Moors could have a travel document. No, it's not. Like I said, that's some stuff that they should be giving out to free for all the Moors. No questions asked. Show your nationality card, you get one of these. If it's like that, if it works like that. What do you mean? What about the treaty laws that's in it? How about you ask this question? Ask yourself this question. Not what about the treaty laws in the MATD? Ask yourself, when the treaty laws were going along, where was the MATD? Ask yourself that shit. Don't ask yourself, hey, the MATD has all these treaty stuff in it or whatever. It must be a legitimate document. No, how about go back to the time of treaty and find me where it says MATD anywhere?
Go back to the treaty. Remember you said all these documents that they got in their MATD, right? So go back to when those documents come from and find me where they reference MATD as legitimate. Bet you're not going to find MATD before 2 years ago. And if you don't find it before 2 years ago, then why we need it now if we didn't need it 2 years ago? No, get off your high horse. Ain't nobody talking to you more, Onyx. You ask a question. We're talking generally. We're talking to everybody. Not talking to you. Talking to everybody. We're talking to people that can't even see the chat to know that you asked the question. Nobody know what you're saying in the chat. When this goes on YouTube, there's no chat. So don't think we're talking to you or berating you or whatever. Get off your high horse. Stop this. All these videos are recent. 6 days ago is recent. If you got any questions, put it in the chat. About to get off this. We should be burning out the US passport. So why would you burn out the US passport and not this passport? What's the difference? What's the difference, Moronics? What's the difference between a Moorish passport and a U.S passport? What's the difference? There's no difference. Both of them are passports, which are a fraud. Because passports are for Europeans. Because we're the rulers of the ports. We're the rulers of the ports. Europeans aren't the rulers of the ports. They're the Slavics. They can't even sail a boat. Europeans can't even sail a boat. Passport, well, it says travel document on it. What does it look like? A passport? Okay. So what the hell are you talking about? If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, flies like a duck, what is it? Orange? There's no Moorish passport. That's a fiction. Moors are supposed to have a nationality card. That's the problem. Moors who say, I'm not Negro, black, colored, I'm not a fiction, I'm not an all caps name or whatever, I'm a Moor, they're supposed to have a nationality card. They're not supposed to have a passport. If they have a passport, somebody played them. And like we said, we were down with getting the Moorish passport until we found out that the Moorish passport comes from the Moorish consulate, who are a fraud. So we don't mess with them. Not some Nine Feathers Bay thing. This is a Moorish consular court thing. They're a fraud. Their consular general just got released from prison, got kidnapped live. And they didn't do any, file some papers to get her out. She pled. And Moors aren't supposed to plead, because he's supposed to be improper persona. There's no such thing as a Moorish passport. Moors are supposed to have a nationality card. Oh, and They were charging me 70. How much are they charging you for that right now? The travel document for the Moors. How much are they charging you? They were charging me 70. So if they're charging me 70 and they're charging you whatever they're charging you, what's that tell you? When your boy said, yo, I got these J's, 400. Woo! The Army Green? Oh, get those. And then you go around the corner and do the, yo, I got these J's, 200. Woo! Army Green? Hold on a second. You realize you got played. And somebody saying that they're 700 right now? No way those are 700. If those are 700, that's off the chain. Taj doesn't have a MATD. He has an autographed MATD. Who autographed his MATD? Not him. It's autographed. Go check the video. Taj asks for an autographed one. He wants an autographed one. Because guarantee, if Taj Tariq Bey gets that and he starts using it, I'm still going to say it's a fraud. Because I'm not a Taj Tariq Bey dick rider like you people. I don't ride his dick. I've been at his number for years. I don't need to call him. I study. And I know Moors all over the world. He's an elder. Critical cases only is he getting a call. He's not just getting calls just because I want to find out some shit that I could research. I'm not a dick rider of Taj Tariq Bey. I know all you people ride his dick. I know you do.